What's going on, guys? Charles Weinraub AKA the Handsome Homebuyer, and on today's educational vlog, we are talking about the must-have insurances for any fix and flip investor. So I'm getting a lot of DMs in my text platform. For those of you who have not joined the text platform, there's the number right now. Hit it up, totally free. Go back and forth, put out all kinds of different unique information that doesn't go out online, and obviously if you have any questions, you can ask me at any time. So a lot of people have been sending me messages saying, hey, what's the appropriate kind of insurance I should get for my next fix and flip or rental property, which brings us to the must-have insurances for every fix and flip investor. And once again, this is also for rentals as well, and I'll touch on that at the end. So first and foremost, you need a builder's risk policy, okay? What does a builder's risk policy do? And builder's risk policies, we buy, there's two main companies that do the builder's risk, Zurich, and you have to buy them through a broker, but Zurich seems to have very, very good prices and terms, and Lloyd's of London actually does some as well. Again, you have to go through a broker. You could shop around and see. Builder's risk policies are usually issued in blocks of 3, 6, 9, 12 months, usually at 3-month increments. It's usually better to get a little bit more, and then what they'll do is they'll pay you back for anything that isn't used depending on the provider. So essentially what builder's risk covers is if the place burns down, if there's a flood, if there's material that is stolen, things of that nature. You do usually have a deductible anywhere from nothing up to like $5,000 typically. It's based on the purchase price, renovation, and the after repair value. It is not expensive and is an absolute must-have. Let me tell you what it does not cover. Anything else other than that. It only covers damage to the house, flood, fire, falling down, and material being stolen. That's it. That's its purpose, and you need it for every single project that you're doing, okay? General liability policy. Now, to be very specific on this, you get it from the same place, same broker that you get the builder's risk for. It's typically a running policy, and then whenever you're done, they stop charging you at that point, or they refund you if you're buying it in blocks. General liability policy is basic slip and fall. What does that mean? If the mailman walks onto your property and falls, if somebody's chasing their dog onto the property and falls, if a realtor is showing clients the property and they fall, that is what it covers. It does not cover workers. It does not cover workers that get injured on the job. Let me say that again. Neither of these policies cover workers that get injured on the job. For that, you need workman's comp insurance, okay? This is the most important thing. And let me digress for a second here. These two things together do not cost a lot of money. If you're buying a house for $200 and selling it for $400,000, you have it for 6 months, maybe these two together will cost you $1,500, if that. It is very, very, very inexpensive, and they do pay out. Luckily, in over 400 houses in the last 5 years, I've only had, I believe, 1 claim, and they paid. Somebody actually went into the house, tried to light it on fire. It was a rental. They then pulled all the lines off, flooded the entire house. It was about $40,000 worth of damage. The insurance company came down without a problem and paid everything. So it is worth it. It's cheap, and they do pay if there's an issue. Workman's comp insurance, vitally important. Do not let anybody do work on your property without workman's comp insurance. Some of them will come to you with just general liability certificates. That is not good enough. They need general liability, and they need workman's comp. And when they have that, you're gonna send it to your insurance carrier, the certificate, and make sure that they have adequate levels of coverage to cover you in case somebody gets hurt, okay? In addition, they're gonna add you or your company as an additional insured, and they have to sign a hold harmless letter, and you have to make sure that the insurance is up to date. I can't tell you how important this is. It doesn't matter if you have to pay more money for a contractor, because God forbid somebody gets hurt, and if you're doing this for a prolonged period of time, I guarantee you, knock on wood, something will happen. Let's hope it's small, but you don't want to deal with that, especially in a state like New York, which is very, very difficult and very, very sue happy. Okay, just to touch on rentals very quickly. When you're doing a gut renovation value add rental like we do, we get a builder's risk and a general liability policy. Obviously, all our people have workman's comp, but then at the end, we get a landlord policy. So as soon as the property is done and the tenants are gonna move in, we make sure that the landlord policy takes effect as soon as the tenants move in, but not before, because the insurance company doesn't want that. The insurance company doesn't want a landlord policy on a vacant property, and builder's risk and liability does not want that insurance on an occupied unit. So you have to make sure that they both kind of meet together. So if the tenant's moving in 7/1, make sure that these are done as a 7/1 and your landlord policy is effective as of 7/1. So obviously if you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comments section. You have other things you want us to talk about. We are a wealth of knowledge in everything real estate related, from fix and flip to commercial development, construction, and permits and beyond. Obviously, like, subscribe, ring that bell. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on next week's educational vlog.